That's right. Dare I say, this is the only way you're ever going to see these four in the same building ever again.
We're not in the same building, but okay.
That was the point.
That's the
What?
I'm sick of
That's
them
actually what
already.
he meant.
You know what? There we go. That's how we do it. Welcome to the Breeze Nation. What's good? It's your boy, Panther Designer, back at it. Whoa. He has the power. It's your boy, Panther Designer, back at it again. That made the video. Got the super producer Joel Holt in the building, man. We got the pettiest man alive, PK. And of course, Mr. Media himself, Jordan JC.
Yo.
Got a lot to get into on today's episode, man. Jaylon Johnson apparently dealing with a leg injury. Team doesn't seem too concerned. Do we need to be in what that could mean for some of the other people on the team? Gotta talk about some of the takeaways from Ben Johnson. The Bears adding more depth to this team, and Caleb Williams has set some lofty goals for his season. My goodness, some lofty goals. If he accomplishes these, Meaty's going to need a towel. It's 7/22, 2025. It's 5:34 in the morning, afternoon, evening. Good night. Bears are back.
What was that? Like the Microsoft load up.
It's 5 a.m. somewhere.
Yeah, I'm used to doing this in the morning. I have a routine. Not used to you bastards just being here.
Oh my God.
Hey man, welcome back in. Appreciate y'all for tuning in to Show and Love. As always, as you can tell, we're having a good time on the show. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do.
Come on. Push the button. Come on. Push the button. Come on, push the button.
Yeah, come on, push your button.
You heard what she said.
Y'all heard what Sue Young said. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page. Boys, we got football back in the building. How's everybody feeling today, man?
Hey, man, we've been waiting for this, baby. We've been waiting for this.
Meaty.
Hey, the biggest news story was the WNBA wearing "Pay Us What You Owe Us" shirts before this.
And then Kelsey Plum just taking a random shot that didn't need to be taken. Now I was like, they're joking. You got to get the context of it, but you're not tapped in. I don't care. It was a weird shot. It was a weird shot.
Absolutely.
And I'm tapped in. It was a weird shot. But no, man. Listen, glad to be back in the building. Glad to have Bears football to talk about. We do got to talk about the news leading off here. Jaylon Johnson going to be out a couple of weeks dealing with an apparent leg injury. This came from Ryan Poles, who got an opportunity to talk first. Did not take any questions after, which I have a few thoughts about that, but we'll get into that. But boys, starting things off, any concern right now on the fact that Jaylon Johnson starting off this training camp banged up, or is this kind of best case scenario? Because the one thing that you gotta question is not Jaylon Johnson, it's the guys around him and Tyreek Stevenson, right? That's the biggest question. He's going to get an opportunity to prove himself very early on in camp here.
I'm concerned, if I'm going to be honest. I mean, he was ranked, 8th amongst the best in the league, and then now he's going to be injured. I mean, the stock is just going to tank more from there. I mean, we got to keep it consistent here, dog. We got to be on the field. I'm joking. I'm totally joking. All right? Somebody's going to like, first show back, and all of a sudden he's making bad takes.
It's wilding already.
I know,
That's
right?
what we love. That's what we love.
Okay, hey, dog, listen, it's a non-factor for me if it's a non-factor for them. I'm not going to make more of it than it needs to be. Let him get the rest that he needs. As long as this doesn't linger into the season, all of a sudden it becomes he really needed to have like season-ending surgery, like what's your boy over there on the Titans?
Will Levis.
Yeah.
Will Levis. All of a sudden he has season-ending surgery.
It's just a little shoulder. It's just a little shoulder. Yeah, he's out for the year.
He's out for the year. Yeah, like, as long as it ain't something like that, I'm great.
I would say I'm fine as long as it's not a hamstring, because a hamstring could end up lingering through a lot of the season. So that's what I don't know what that is. Is it an ankle? Is it, the dreaded calf? Is it dreaded Liz Frank type stuff?
The dreaded calf.
But I just hope it's really not like the hamstring, but hopefully he can come back. But there's supposedly he's been dealing with it over the summer, right?
Well, this is something that he dealt with in training. I don't know if that was training, while they were just off the 6 weeks, or if that was training while they were off, throughout the off season. But we've seen Jaylon work out on video.
Hey, I love my Alex is my name. Oh,
first of all, the name is funny. Dude, really? Okay. Hey, you a man after my own heart.
You got to do it. You got to do it when you can, I guess. You
Shout out to my guy Alex.
Take a lot of those in the morning.
JC, what are your thoughts on the Jaylon Johnson injury?
I mean, it's a nothing. It's a nothing burger to me. I mean, just like P Kid and Joe just said, 2 weeks. This is how long he says he's going to be out. That's fine, as long as it doesn't linger and carry over into the season. I'm of the same feeling, is that if this is something where he just has to kind of recover for a little bit, and we're now getting into the training camp, then that's fine. You know what Jaylon Johnson brings to the field. He's not a rookie. Like, he's already been proven, so it's not like he has to come into training camp and fight for a spot. He is the number one guy. You're looking forward to him being able to kind of go up against the one-on-one battles more often this year, I think, following the number one receivers. And so get as healthy as possible and continue to make your name a household name.
Yeah, I think the big thing right now for me is just, you're going to be missing him for a few weeks here. What does that do for Tyreek Stevenson in this? Like, he's coming off a season where I think the perception is a lot worse than what the season was, but we kind of lost a lot of he went down the same losing path that just about everybody did on the team. So I don't know if I could sit there and just be like, you sucked solely. Like, the team sucked collectively. It was that was about to be crazy. That's about to be crazy.
Collectively,
collectively. Yeah. But to me, this is one of those things where Tyreek Stevenson, now you have to prove yourself to this new coaching staff. And when I talked with Al Harris, the one thing that I thought was very interesting about that was, that they went out and he said, I haven't gotten my hands on him yet. I haven't worked with him yet. I'm not worried about what happened in the past. We can only deal with what's happening right now. And right now, he's one of the better players out there. And so he's one of the players we're going to try and utilize. I think this also gives Tyreek an opportunity to do something that maybe is not his strong suit. Jaylon Johnson is going to be shadowing the number one all around the field. Guess what that means? Tyreek's got to shadow more than likely the number two all around the field. Shadowing ain't his strong suit. When those number ones were switched on to Tyreek, right? It was a tough day. And so now, hey, look, your job is essentially either Roma Dunze or DJ Moore to start this training camp off. He doesn't get a chance to be like, oh, I get to start off on the number twos. I think that I'm more happy at the fact that he's getting this opportunity than concerned about Jaylon Johnson missing this time. They also bring in Trey Flowers, who I thought was a solid pickup. I don't expect him to do anything great, but what he is a veteran that knows his job and knows what he's doing. And I think that just pushes this team a little bit more in the long run when you're talking about, the Terrell Smiths of the world, the Kyler Gordons of the world. There's a ton of DBs on this team that I think all can have an opportunity to start here. And you just brought in another guy who was a starter at one point in his career. And, maybe you get a resurgence or some really good play out of him in this camp and you find some better depth.
I think that we're underestimating what the impact of a good defensive line is supposed to be. If on paper, the D-line is supposed to do what it's supposed to do, you probably take a little bit of pressure off of the secondary this coming up season. Like last year, there was no real pressure. It was like, unless Montez Sweat did something went all world, you needed all those guys to cover all those receivers in order for them to actually really have an impact. You have a little bit of luxury. If the scheme is better, if the defense is actually creating pressure and the linebackers are playing better, because they're supposed to clog lanes. So now what it gets become is like, kind of like how the 2018 defense was, and how when Eddie Jackson was a real ball hawk, or if you go back to how when Mike Brown was playing, he was a ball hawk because the D-line was actually doing something. So I'm hoping that we're not going to have to depend on our secondary, because really that's not a good thing. You only can cover for so many seconds.
Yeah, no, I mean, listen, you've got to be better up front. I think that's where, we're talking to Grady Jarrett today. Some of the takeaways were about him he still feels confident that he can be involved in the pass rush as heavily as he once was. I don't know if I'm there. Again, me and JC have talked about this on the Morning Breeze. I would love 100% of Grady Jarrett 40% of the time. That makes me feel a lot better about where Grady Jarrett is. But you know, I'll say this and kind of getting into the second topic here. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Rock with us. Stay tapped in with us, man. I'll say this. The takeaways from Ben Johnson today, if you listen to the press conference with Ben don't sound like a coach that he's taking his time here. This don't sound like a team that is trying to rebuild. This don't sound like a team that's trying to get their footing. He said, look, we're trying to hit the ground running here. And we know that this is a race. And when he said a race, it was like, we got 6 weeks till Minnesota. We don't have time to wait. What's with the hands here, Joel?
I don't know what to do with them. I'm like, y'all over here on this 9 wins. Y'all on this 9-win stuff. Like, they're not here to play around.
No.
Yeah, listen. Hey, Joe, no team wants to only win 9 games.
No.
That's my favorite. Like, that means that they're playing around. Every team comes in the league. 9 wins, baby. That's the benchmark on the. No team wants to win 9 games. Like, you still have to go out there and win games. But what I do love,
temper your expectations, so your feelings are hurt because you're too.
I'm not tempering my expectations at all. I'm not tempering my expectations at all.
Only me and Jordan see eye to eye. Okay,
that's right.
This half of the section, here we go. That's what we're talking about.
Meaty glasses. That's right. 14 wins or more.
That's great. Have fun. I mean,
like, y'all gonna be the same ones that backtrack and be like, well, I guess we needed to develop a little bit.
Hey, kid, let the Bears get 10 wins. Joe gonna be right there talking about some. Listen, it was a tough up and down season. You know, they had some tough teams that they had to play. You know, you look at that game, they right in it. A couple of plays, they right in it. They get the win in that. Like, you still got to go out there and beat good football teams. What I do love from hearing Ben Johnson today, though, is that he is on the mindset that Joel is on and that Jordan are on of it's not come out here and try and figure it out. It's come out here and try and dominate from day one. And I do love that. That's kind of my takeaway when he talked about Caleb Williams, kind of my takeaway of how he plans on going through this training camp. What'd you guys see from Caleb Williams or from the Ben Johnson presser that, I mean, listen, there was nothing in there that couldn't have got you tingly a little bit.
I like the pressure he put on Caleb Williams to be efficient. And I really like that from the aspect of seeing what he did with Jared Goff. Jared Goff's best season being statistically from a completion rate last season, 72%. Even before then, like Jared Goff's entire progression, not saying he was a bad quarterback before then, you're a little bit on the mid side. But since he's been in Detroit, especially his last 2 seasons, his best seasons have come with Ben Johnson at the helm. And so to see that evolution and see the different tweaks and changes to Jared's game to make him even more efficient, like no one looks at the Detroit Lions and say they lost because of Jared Goff. No one says that. That is not the argument that you have, and that used to not be the case. So I like the fact that he's pushing him to be more efficient because that also means that he has to make better decisions, get the ball out faster. There's so many things that go into just that one little statement that's more than just 70% completion rate. Lofty goal, yeah, but with 70% completion rate, you are moving them chains.
Yeah,
you are making the right decision at the right time at all times. 70% is hard.
Yeah,
that is a lofty goal. So I like that aspect, and just to see, like, to piggyback off what you said, like he's not waiting around. He's not wasting time. Joe, this is a little bit for you. We can take a shot on this one. How many seasons have we had over 9 wins since 2010?
Is it 2010?
It's 2010? 2010. I
would
say just 2018.
I was going to say Matt Nagy is definitely part of one of them.
2018.
2018 is 12 wins.
2018 is 12.
Oh, since 10? Oh, no, because we had Cutler. We had Cutler. So he had
10 was the year we had
Cutler had 1.
Huh?
Yeah, 2.
Yeah. Like
since 2010. 2010 we had 11 wins. 2012,
so 15 years we've had over
2018 we had 12 wins. But for the most part, if Ben Johnson was to roll in here and we were to produce our first 4,000-yard passer, which, by the way, we're the only franchise without one, and win 9 games, he would have statistically one of the best seasons that the Bears have had in the last 15 years. In his first year,
already did as a rookie.
In his first year as a coach, he would have.
Are you talking about the coach? Okay,
we're talking about Ben Johnson. I like the goals for Caleb Williams, and it kind of overlaps. But Ben Johnson and the goals that he set for him, what that can ultimately mean, what we've seen it work, how it worked in other organizations. I think that ultimately we're here for a above 500 season. I'm excited for it.
You hear all the buzzwords that came out today from him, but you kind of believe it a little bit more than in the past because he talked about dependability, consistency, production on a day in and day out basis, and that's what he's leaning on. He has been steady in his message since day one, and that's what I keep looking at is like there's nothing that has kind of diverted him from being the type of coach, despite him being a rookie coach and not ever having any experience and coming out and just setting high expectations because he's been around an organization that has done that. He's been around, as you just mentioned, Pete Kid, Jared Goff definitely had over 70% passing. And so he knows what it looks like. And so he's bringing that same blueprint here. He's changing the blueprint, started from the foundation, but he wants to put those type of things on Caleb. He even applauded. I even think Ryan Poles even applauded, everybody looking like they were in shape coming into camp. Like those are the things that you want to see. Camp is going to be difficult so that now the season will be a little bit easier and they can get through those little injuries, those dink and dunk injuries throughout the season. That's what you prepare for. And so when you have a coach like Ben Johnson that's a mad scientist and just is saying all the right things, you follow him, you believe him. The high expectations with Caleb, I mean, well, I know we're going to get into that later. I think that's big. Obviously, he wants to see him go for 4,000 yards. 70% is lofty. That's high. I want to say how many quarterbacks have thrown for over 70% together last season?
I know he would be only 10 quarterbacks.
There's 5 quarterbacks last year that threw over 70% last
5
year.
out of 32.
Joe Burrow.
And that 70% is, we don't have to go in perfect order here. I think that it's such a great number to get to because it goes into everything else. We know what Caleb Williams' goals are, right? We know what the goals are for Ben Johnson. Mm-hmm. Ben Johnson said them a bunch of times. 4,000-yard passer, 30 touchdown passer. I don't think those are the important numbers. I think that 70% number is the important number. You look at Tua last season, incredibly efficient, 70% passing. I only played in 11 games, but in those 11 games, 19 touchdowns. You look at Joe Burrow last year. He's on a team that literally sucked on defense. Like, we probably could get 10 yards collectively on how they were playing defense out there. And he finished above 500. When you look at Geno Smith is the other one. A lot of people look at that Seattle season and go, man, it is what it is season. It went 10-7 and they missed the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? 70% completion percentage truly is the number that I think gets you to every single goal. And you look at Caleb last year's completion percentage, 62%. You go, that's pretty good. Like, you know what I mean? For a rookie, he's figuring it out, all the turmoil he went through last year. Ben Johnson's like, nah, bro. Hey, we want to have fun. Are we gonna have fun this season?
Oh, there it is. There it is.
Hey, if we're gonna have that fun this season, 70% gets you there because everything outside of that, you always seem to find your way to make all those other numbers work. And I think that's the thing for me. When you talk about big takeaways from Ben Johnson, the expectation, the want to come in here and day one say, yeah, all those things that you think are the bugaboos of the Chicago Bears, yeah, we got them. Don't worry about it. And he's calling them out by name. He knows all the things that people are going to bring up: 4,000, 30 touchdowns, never had a quarterback meet this goal, whatever it is, right? Like, Ben's like, yeah, we got that. Just watch.
It's almost like 4,000 and this and this and this. It reminds me of how, like, when you watch, they said this movie, you go to the movies, this movie grossed $1 billion. It's like, is it a good movie? Like, I care about, is it a good quality movie? I don't care that it grossed this. Getting 4,000 yards is really good. I would like that. In the premise that it's good quarterback play. It's probably more like short yardage throws that turn into these big, runoffs and stuff. It's the dink and dunk to the running back who makes the extra play. It's DJ Moore doing what have you. So if that means 70% means it's efficiency of, it's not about throwing the big bomb. It's about triangulating the ball down the field. It's seeing the field as being a good quarterback in general. So that means that you're just more decisive with your throws. And so if that ends up being 4,000, great. It's a nice barometer, but I really want it to be that it's about the quality quarterback play that we're getting out of this.
I ain't never seen a movie gross $1 billion that wasn't good.
No, I'm just saying, but they talk about it's always about the numbers.
I ain't never seen a movie that was trash dominating the box office, right?
No, I'm just saying, like, when you know what I'm saying, when they talk about a movie, it's all about the money to somebody. It doesn't matter to me. Like I care that it's a good movie versus this gross X amount worldwide. I mean, it's a couple movies. Some Marvel movies, they weren't that great, but it was like it's about the numbers. It's like, was it a good story?
The
Iron Man
4,000-yard thing has become the de facto way of saying that this quarterback is the reason you've won certain games. Right. That's really what it is. Because at 3,500 yards, 3,000 yards, like, I mean, listen, I've said it before. Jalen Hurts didn't throw a whole lot his first couple of seasons. Did throw a whole lot last season, if I'm not mistaken. He did crack 4,000 yards last season. But in that offense, he didn't have to.
Yeah.
And he did when he needed to, he did.
Yeah,
but we've seen the Eagles with good quarterback play.
Yards last season.
You said what?
Jalen Hurts didn't crack 3,000 yards last season.
Yeah. So like, but again, you got Saquon.
He didn't need to. He had to have
you don't have to do that. In the Chicago, you may have to do that, right? We don't have that type of team.
No,
when
we
don't have that to sit there and not throw the ball. So,
to your point, it's just, do you feel when you're watching the Bears, am I watching my quarterback? Does he have command of the offense? To me, when I'm like, we have seen tons of shaky quarterbacks over the years, indecisive, bad throw. Don't do that. It will be so nice to finally have a quarterback, whether it's like an Aaron Rodgers or a Tom Brady or somebody like that. When you're watching them, they are in command of the team, command of the playbook. It's not, I got to read off the sheet and figure out how to play this, because it's like, and he calls one bad call. Like, that's what it gets down to. So whether he gets 4,000 or 3,800 or 4,500 or whatever, did he look like he actually has command of this offense? That's what I'm looking for.
Well, that would be to the 70% comment. You know what I mean? 70%, you got command.
Yeah.
I know everybody at. Like 70%, 7 times out of 10, I'm beating you. Like that is the thing for me, where it's like that metric doesn't come with bad numbers.
Right. 70%, whether it's 3,000, 3,500, 4,000, 5,000.
It ain't gonna be that. 70%, you getting over 4,000 yards. 70%, you getting over 40 touchdowns. Like, it's the same conversation. It's just, I think the importance on the number that Bears fans look at is the 4,000, is the 30 touchdowns. I think, he's back. There he is.
Hey!
He's back.
At the beginning of the season, about time.
Back. The true troll is back in the building. Don Burr was
Lock
good.
yourself away. Come on now.
No, but I think that's the thing for me, right? Like, when you talk about, again, pushing this team to be better, pushing this team to hit the ground running, that's a crazy goal to have. Push it to the limit.
70% to me.
Crazy. New offense, new coordinator, new all. That's a crazy goal to have, but it's one that Ben Johnson talks about. Like, yeah, that's what you should be on.
I think that's what he's used to. He's seen it, and I think let's just admit, he knows that Caleb Williams has more talent and skill in his thumb than probably Jared Goff does overall. And so if Jared Goff can do it, it is. Jared Goff,
he has more athletic ability. I don't think he's a better quarterback.
Come on, stop it. God, kid, you and this mid defending stuff.
He's not a mid quarterback. What are we talking about?
He's not a mid quarterback. Are you telling me that Jared Goff,
he's an MVP candidate? What are we talking about?
Are you telling me that Jared Goff has more talent than Caleb Williams potentially?
I think that Jared Goff,
I said Caleb had more athletic ability.
I'm not talking about
Ben Johnson has already
about the ability to run away.
Let me finish.
I'm talking about the throwing in the pocket, the arm
right
talent.
Now, as it stands, Jared Goff is one of the best throwers of the football in the league.
This past year, yes.
The last 2 years.
2 years.
But because of Ben Johnson. I guarantee
Ben
you
is not the one throwing that ball.
Okay. Right.
Ben Johnson's calling plays. He's not throwing the ball.
Okay. Well, here's my point, buddy.
I'm just saying.
Sean McVay didn't keep him in LA. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, because that team was ready to win now, and he wasn't ready to win now.
They got to the NFC Championship,
and he wasn't ready to win now. He wasn't developed enough to win at that moment. So they got Stafford, who was who was older and has more talent.
All right, man. Hey, my point is Caleb has a higher ceiling than Jared Goff ever will. That's my whole point. Is like, if he meets all of his expectations, if he actually realizes all of the potential, Caleb can be a top quarterback for years to the likes of Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady. That name, you're not putting Goff in that same breath. I'm sorry,
I concur with Jordan.
You're not putting him in. It seems like this half of the, and you know what, Pat, I know you didn't say anything, but this half of it, we're on the meat train. Right? We're real high. Right?
The 70% metric does a lot, but I'll say this: you look at Tua. I use Tua as a good example. Tua 70%, only played 11 games, 2,800 yards. Typically, when you have a quarterback that you allow to put the ball in the air, he does it at an efficient clip. You're going to get the yardage behind it, as Pat mentioned. If he's taking the check downs, but guess what? That check down that turns into an explosive play is all yards the QB gets credit for. So all of that at the end of the day I'm just excited to see a competent offense with enough creativity for us to even create situations like that. That's all.
But you know what? In all seriousness, what I was going to say when I brought up going back to 70% is the reason why that's better stat than 4,000, like you all mentioned, is that means Caleb is getting the ball out quicker, and he's actually accepting the checkdowns. He's accepting the 5-yard throws that could turn into yards after catch, instead of looking for the home run play. Which, if you saw the interview, you saw him smiling when he was asked, yeah, no, I got to do that. He kind of prides himself off of throwing that superhero ball. That's what he loves. He loves scrambling, the off-script plays, the prove-it plays where it's like, oh, I can show off my talent, my arm, and just throw this boy 50 yards to Roma Dunze for a touchdown. It looks pretty. It's exciting. It's what we love to see, right? But throwing it to DeAndre Swift for 3 yards and then he gains 40 after that, hopefully, Pat, is what we don't necessarily want to see all the time, but it still works. It gets the ball down the field. So that's my thing.
The yardage could be misleading. Now, I've been looking up a little bit of like the top. There's about 25 quarterbacks in the last, actually in the NFL history, over 70% completion. Drew Brees in 2016 had 70% completion. I can't get all the numbers with it, but Drew Brees did it in 2016. He did it in 2018 at 74.4%. He did it in 2019 was 74.3%.
Drew Brees was a problem.
Tua last year 72.9%, and Jared Goff last year 72.4%. Drew Brees also again in 2017 at 72%. By the way, Sam Bradford hit this list. Baker Mayfield, Drew Brees is a serious problem because sent out. That's the thing. Drew Brees is on this a lot. Drew Brees
is on that list 7 times.
5, 6.
He's on that list
7 times out of the top 24.
He is a goat at accuracy.
So, but what did they do a lot of times? I mean, it was a lot of spread the ball. He's getting the ball out, right? He's got the running back. Usually when they got a good running back, because before, who was it? They had Deuce McAllister for a while. They had Mark Ingram. And then when they got the
Reggie?
guy they got,
Reggie
Did they have Reggie? Problem. He was catching, but who's the recent guy? Who's kind of falling off? Kamara. Like, you got that dynamo receiving, running threat. And then they always had a good tight end. So I'm seeing ingredients here. We got 2 tight ends. I don't know if Swift is on that level of a Kamara, but he can catch the ball. And then we have 2 receivers that are like dink and dunk kind of short yardage guys with Burden, and then we got DJ Moore. And then we got our deep threat with who's kind of like, what would you say, that's like a Colston kind of guy with a Rome. Like when you
Colston, Rome, Burden, DJ. I mean, like all of them can get downfield quick as heck.
So it's just the fact that like if they're using their players properly, they have the talent on paper. Your 70% is more about, does he, like I said, can he get the ball out? I love it. I'd rather see that 70%. I'm fine if it's 3,900. I'm fine if it's 4,100 yards, whatever. Just
41,000.
41,000 years. Yeah.
What a season.
Yards.
What a season.
I think the one thing that I really took away from Ben Johnson and what's really going to help him this season, it kind of goes back into the Caleb Williams conversation as well, is one thing that he said about how intentional it was that he had a veteran staff and how he has to rely on that staff. I feel the same way about Caleb Williams coming into this, and Caleb kind of alluded to it as well. And I think him and Ben are going to be learning this together. Caleb talked about, right, what was I know I got the picture in here. What was Meaty Brown's, big statement for Caleb Williams last year? Go out there and be Superman. It's a heck of a play call. You know what I mean? Go out there and be and Caleb
taking shots at my legend. Keep taking shots at my legend. You're gonna get burned.
You know what I will say about that though, Pat?
You're gonna get
You know what I will say that considering what Caleb was dealing with before he actually took over the helm, he was just trying to build back the confidence in his play.
No, for sure. I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm truly just joking about Thomas Brown. But what I like about this is that Caleb Williams, even today, he talked about, hey, I have to rely on my team. I need to not be the young cat. Which, are we bringing Cat back? Are we doing that? Are we going back to the 80s and bringing the look at these cats out here, man. Joel say it all the time, but Joel's 100, so that's a whole different conversation right there.
Why I oughta?
We don't. Yeah, exactly. That was exactly what an old man would say.
What about?
Yeah. Joel started fighting when it was called fisticuffs. You know what I mean? Yeah. But right, exactly. But no, I just think the fact that Caleb Williams, acknowledges, hey, look, I was trying to make the Superman play. I was trying to big play hunt. I need to rely on my team and not do that this season. I think the same thing can be said about Ben Johnson with, going for all of those big plays, but maybe needing to rely on somebody who's around you. Just like, hey, Ben, we can win this game if we just kick this field goal right here. Take that three. I know we're doing EPA per play, but right now, today, take that three. You know what I mean? Like, there are moments that I think are going to come up where Ben, of course, he's going to have final say, but utilizing the people around him that have been in these situations as head coaches, have been in these situations as OCs. Heck, like you look at Eric Bieniemy, how much experience is there just from him being with Andy Reid? Like, there's so much of that on this team. And I love how he said it was intentional that they built it that way just for moments like that, where you have to have that veteran voice around you that can be better. I think that's going to help not only Ben Johnson this season, but just instilling that mindset in the team. I think that overall helps Caleb Williams to say, yeah, I could take this deep shot down here to Roma Dunze, but Colston Loveland's open right here. What can he turn it into?
Let me ask you this real quick on Ben Johnson, and it's kind of based off what you just said. How much do you think they reel that back in? Like him not taking those chances on fourth. And would that change how we view him if we saw him play a more conservative game than they did in Detroit, but more aggressive than we've seen here? Like, how do you feel about that?
What Dan Campbell told Ben Johnson was, you got the green light until I tell you don't. Now ain't nobody telling me don't.
There's no holding back.
Literally. Now he still needs to be situationally smart. Yes, right, but Ben Johnson was dialing up plays. I had the green light, so he knew that. What I love about it is, going into a third down play, we're running a play on fourth down. There's no question mark. There is no wonder. Wasn't that a thing? What game was that last year where it was like the Bears didn't know if they were going for it on fourth down, and so they didn't call a timeout, but they needed to call a timeout, and then they end up going for it on fourth down. But before that, they called a timeout, but so much time it ran off the clock because the play wasn't in. Like, there's all of those moments that you see where it's like, the coaching, knowing what you're doing going into that play matters so much. Ben Johnson talked about it earlier in the season. They're a big EPA per play kind of team, and that's pretty much what they're going to be this season. He's a big EPA per play kind of coach, I should say, and that's what the team is going to be this season. More times than not, if you're on the right side of the field, EPA per play dictates to go for it. Mm-hmm. If you're winning and you're on the right side of the field, or if it's a close game and you're on the right side of the field, EPA per play is going to dictate you need to go for this on fourth down if it's 4th and 2 or if it's 4th and 3. Now, where you may need somebody in Ben's ears on a 4th and 7. You know what I mean? He'll go for that in a minute. You may need somebody to call down and be like, hey, Ben, hey, hold on, brother. Think about this real quick. We got these 3 right here. Like, those are the things to me that I think are going to be the biggest differences, but I don't think there's going to be any pulling back on the reins of Ben Johnson here.
4th and 6 on the 38.
You should. What's the score?
I was about to say.
Second quarter, we're down 7.
The quarter don't matter. EPA per play is based off of the score.
We're down 7.
You said on the 38?
I believe
I'm going for like right at the edge of I don't know who our kicker is, but Santos is like
that. You still going for it?
You're still going for it.
I think you're still going for it. You got to be in like a 4th and 10 situation at that point, because what EPA per play is doing is basically saying, based on this yard, based on this down, based on this distance, this is how many points you should come away with. At that point, you're at 6. like you should be going at 6. Now, old football mindset, right? You kick the 3, you get out of there, you let it fight another day, you're down 4, you'll be down here again. More than likely, though, you going for it. Like, I think there's going to be a lot of, especially early in the season, possibly, you're going to get some turnover on downs. Mm-hmm. You're going to have those moments where you're like, I wish we had taken that 3. But those gambles work out when we missed out on that 3, but we got 2 7s over here. So we'll see. We'll see what ends up happening with that in the long run. I do want to get to some of the battles that Ben Johnson talked about here. Also want to talk about some of the depth that was added today and some of those young pieces that I don't know about young pieces, but some of the pieces that the Chicago Bears brought into the building. First, we do got to give you guys a little conversation from the sponsorship. Aura, cue that Aura commercial. We need to relax real quick. Yeah, we'll be right back right after this. Appreciate you guys for tuning in and watching the show. Today's episode of the podcast is brought to you by Aura. Have you ever done a Google search on your own name? You'd be surprised what pops up. Your full name, email address, home address, health records, your relatives. It's all out there. And that's why I've been using Aura, the sponsor of today's video. Aura shows me which data brokers are selling my information and automatically submits opt-out requests just for me. Cleaning up my information not only helps reduce the amount of spam I get, but it protects me from hackers who could use that information to help them access my social media, bank accounts, and other sensitive information. It's really simple to set up. I don't have to download several apps or go to things like antivirus, VPN, password management, parental controls, identity theft, but you can get all of that in one place with Aura. I get everything at one affordable price as well. You may already have 1 or 2 of these tools, but not having Aura is like leaving the front door locked while leaving the back door and windows wide open. For you to be able to take advantage of Aura, we got a special deal for you here today. Stop data brokers from exposing your personal information. Go to my sponsor at https:/aura.com/the Windy City. Again, that is aura.com/the Windy City to get a 14-day free trial and see how much of your information is being sold. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back in. We appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love. Before we get back into this episode, we do got to tell you guys about some people that are going to be getting me through this training camp very, very helpfully this year. And I'm talking about none other than Factor. Summer is here. More sun, more light, more time to do things that make summer so special. And the number one thing you don't want to be doing all summer, spending hours inside cooking. Listen, I don't have the opportunity to. All right. If I'm on the go, if I'm up at camp, if I'm running around, I need something that's going to get me through the day. That is where Factor comes in. Factor meals arrive fresh and ready to eat. Perfect for any active lifestyle over summer and beyond with 45 weekly menu options. You can pick gourmet meals that fit your summer gains and goals. Choose from options like Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, Keto, and more. Factor powers your day, sun up to sundown with nutritious breakfasts on the go, lunches, premium dinners, and guilt-free snacks and desserts. For me, when I'm taking Factor up the training camp, I'm always getting looks from everybody else on the beat because they're like, what is that is smelling so good? Man, listen, it's this chicken over here that Factor's putting together. So get started at factormeals.com/breeze50 off. Use the code breeze50 off to get 50% off plus free shipping on your first box. That's code breeze50 off at factormeals.com/breeze50 off for 50% off plus free shipping. Factormeals.com/breeze50 off. More breeze, more Windy City Breeze coming up next. Ooh. Oh, darn it. Welcome back. How'd y'all get switched around? What the heck is going on here? What the? Joe, you leave and come back? I'm sick of this guy already. Yeah, he's doing an estimate over there. Stop estimating, Joe. You're on the show.
Mario was waiting for the
look at him. Yeah, oh, sorry, Mario.
Yeah, where's the merch?
Sorry about that, Mario. We'll get to that before we get up out of here. Promise. Appreciate y'all for rocking with us as always, man. Do want to talk about some of the competitions that we had to bring up with the left tackle competition. Heard some very interesting comments from Ryan Poles on this and from Ben Johnson. Ryan Poles saying that Braxton Jones and Colston Loveland both are in a ramp-up period and that they're ready to go here. We'll see what that kind of means as training camp gets started, but I think now you got to keep your eye on that left tackle position. What Ben Johnson ended up saying about the left tackle position, I thought really, or I should say position battles as a whole, not specifically the left tackle position, but in my mind, you're specifically talking about that one competition right now. Basically said, listen, there's going to be certain competitions that take higher priority over the rest, but if we're looking at where this team is at right now, every spot is a competition. Boys, when you look at that left tackle competition right now, Braxton Jones, it sounds like is going to get a fair shot at winning this job, but that's all based on how healthy he is and how much ability he has to go out there and compete for it. Do you feel like this is advantage Ozzie Trapillo right now, who is the one guy who is a Ben Johnson guy and a Ryan Poles guy on this roster?
I mean, you let it play out and see where it goes. At the point now, I think that Ozzie Trapillo has a leg up just because he has been out there. The only advantage I see that Braxton Jones has is his experience and being in the league for some time now and being good at certain aspects of blocking. We know that he's very good at run blocking, but when it comes to pass blocking, there's a lot to be, expected of him. And he has some improvement that he needs to make. He needs to prove that he can't get bull rushed every single time going into Caleb. But you don't, the unknown is what I always talk about is what's exciting with Ozzie Trapillo. You don't know what you have in him. You kind of know what you have in Karan. Maybe you kind of saw him get put out there and kind of get taken advantage of. Maybe this is like a comeback season for him. So it's not to say that Karan's out of the running, but as of right now, I feel like the rookie left tackle who literally was playing right tackle in college has probably the best chance of getting that starting job.
Whoever has, I like the fact that Ben Johnson runs it like merit-based as opposed to anything else. Whoever has the best opportunity or gives me the best opportunity to run the plays that I need to run and protect this quarterback is the person who's going to get that job. And for that to be the overall tone, like, hey, no, we're not just going to get rid of him. He's going to have an opportunity to fight for his job. But if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. I think we take a quote from Allen Iverson back in the day. If he beats me for the job, he beats me for the job. That was a don't even worry about it. But they just have AI coming off the bench for you youngins. Don't even worry about it. I got it. It was an old move.
They was expecting you to say practice.
But they wanted AI to come off the bench. He was like, no,
AI reference is aged now, dog. Like my
I realize
that's the only one I know.
My bad. But hey, listen, and so that's it. If he gets beat out for the job, then great. I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh, Braxton Jones sucks or this, that, and the other just because of that. No. If he wins that competition, he showed up enough to win that competition. I trust this staff to roll with him, unless otherwise, health, prevents him to do otherwise. So that's just what my overall take on it. If he's the best man for the job, go prove it.
Yeah. I just think that why is this a conversation? I don't know. He's never really passed the eye test.
Why are we talking about this? It's not like they got the left tackle already.
Probably the most important position on the team outside the quarterback.
It ain't like our quarterback ain't get sacked nearly 70 times.
No, I'm saying why I'm not. I want a new starter. I'm happy to look. I think Braxton Jones is a very nice person, but when I'm watching football and I see this guy getting, knocked back into my quarterback and can't block for nobody. Great that you can run block. That's great. I want pass blocking. So if this guy comes in here and is my new left tackle, he shouldn't exactly.
I'm
ready for some new blood. Put Ozzie in. Let's go see how he works out. We've seen enough.
Legit question, because I think Joel is most Bears fans with this. It's not I want to see a competition. It's I'm done. I don't care anymore. Give me a new name.
Yeah.
What if Braxton legitimately wins this competition?
Okay.
Like I said,
I'm impressed.
He earns it.
That's truly the conversation.
Right.
Like, what if Braxton legitimately wins this competition? Now, it is scary because you in year 4 Braxton Jones, you got to pay Braxton Jones. Right? Like, I don't know if I'm ready to pay Braxton Jones if we're being honest. But what if Braxton legitimately wins this competition? If it is a talent thing, I don't care who's out there. JC could get signed for 2 steaks and a turkey leg. Yeah, I mean, and a little bit of pigeon. Right? Yeah, he could get signed for
I'm not eating that. Not eating
and a little bit of pigeon out here.
Nope.
If he wins the left tackle job, I don't care who it is. And I feel like that's how a lot of fans operate with certain stuff. Is like I see White Sox fans doing this with Luis Robert. Well, he was a part of that previous regime. Well, what if he's playing well? Like if he's the one that's the best option for you, that don't mean get rid of him. I'm just sick of it. Most fans they're doing that with Kobe White. Oh, Kobe, he's a holder. Well, if he's playing well, it's different. If he's not playing well and somebody beats him out for the job, like you said, kid, if you beat me out for the job, it's your job to have.
But the caveat is that it's a new coaching staff, a new scheme. So if he's being coached better to do the job, but I don't know. I still think it's very simple in football. Block the guy in front of you. It's engage the guy.
You know what? I would say this. I used to think that until I start diving deep into it. Yeah, coaching plays a large part in that. Coaching, how you get coached up, even with as simple as blocking. Like if you don't have a great staff in that, you're not going to have good blockers up front. So being trained appropriately how to do your job and have a good veteran presence there and leadership all the way around, that goes a long way in so many different things. I used to think, hey, wide receivers, just know your route, just run fast, right? No, having a good veteran receiver, having a good wide receivers coach, all of that stuff matters. And you can statistically track all at each position how much impact coaching has. They incrementally got better year over year when they had more reputable coaches. And this is just across the league, period. And so when you see that, it's like, okay, we all know we haven't had a good coaching staff. So if he goes out there and he's a stud now because we got a good coaching staff, great. Like that just also tells you that that's what you get for being cheap, McCaskey. This is what happens. You don't develop well, and that's why we were the laughing stock of the league for so long.
Drew's giving you some love. I give you
like almost like a shot, actually.
That was more of a shot than love. And he said hats off. Never mind.
Oh no, I'm not. You make a valid point, kid. That's why it's like, okay, but then again, there's so much. It's 50-50. It's coaching and talent, and there's times where you can see players that can, whether in a bad scheme or not, actually excel. There's been a lot of times where. I could say this. Let's just say that Braxton, some of those sacks that he got where, oh my God, he's getting bull rushed into whatever. Was it the bad call because of the bad, they didn't call the right play. They didn't call the right, assignments. You didn't check this guy. Who's the mic over here? And so now I'm getting bull rushed because I thought I was supposed to go here. And there's a lot of that stuff that we really don't know what's going on because there was a lot of bad coaching. Maybe. However, I'm still leaning towards what I've seen because I've also seen Darnell Wright look pretty good. I saw Tevin Jenkins look pretty good when healthy. We seen a lot of good stuff when Tevin and Darnell Wright were together on the right side.
Hey, that's
a good thing for you to bring up because remember that point you made. I think it was you and Pat last season. How many of those injuries did Tevin sustain because he was compensating for somebody else?
That can happen. That's how we lost.
Like that was a real thing. It was like he's trying to do too much, and then that puts him in a certain position. That's how we lost Kyle Long.
Nah, Kyle Long had bad technique.
Yeah, but he had bad technique after a while.
Kyle Long always had bad technique. Even when Kyle Long was a Pro Bowler, Kyle Long had bad technique. Kyle Long just was a mauler.
The chat know what's up. I'd say this. I wasn't trying to say that name, but it's a reason why we had one of the worst run games. And
Chris Morgan.
Oh yeah, Simo,
Chris Morgan. You say the
name. Right.
I'm trying to be a better person, baby. I'm trying not to be the pettiest man alive.
You gotta say it. We on the show talking about it. Like, what are we talking about?
You might want to
talking about it.
I don't know if he's employed yet. Did he get a job?
Don't say my name. It's gonna be fun. Oh,
did he get a job? Did he get rehired?
Probably.
I don't know.
Yeah, probably. He probably
somebody always
as long as he got hired again, I won't. Listen, if he didn't get hired, I ain't gonna ruin his chances. But if he's already hired, that man was trash. Anyway,
hey, bro, listen. If you're the reason some team is looking at it and go, wow, This guy sucks. I just look Chris Morgan up.
That's all.
I just look Chris Morgan up. My video is the one next to his name. But I searched it. Chicago Bears finally fired Chris Morgan. Popped up right next to his name. Oh, that's tough. He does know us. He gotta hate us.
He gotta hate you.
Well.
His whole family know who you are.
Anyway, we speak the truth.
He is the assistant offensive line coach for the Denver Broncos right now.
All right.
Oh, he's gonna have some success. I hope he gets some training. Good job, Simo. All right,
That's a downgrade.
But no, to be honest with you, I think the left tackle conversation is look. I would expect that Ozzie is the favorite in this right now, right? If you had to put money on it, I think Ozzie is the favorite as well. I do think that you do have to have conversations on though. What if Karan wins this? I saw somebody say then it's a bad pick. You know what I mean? If that's the case, it's a bad pick. Doesn't mean it's a bad pick. Just means that maybe somebody was better in that position at that moment. Ben Johnson said, and this is the truth about all of this, while he did say today that everyone's going to have a fair shake at this, you think if when the Bears put pads on, if Ozzie Trapillo's out there killing dudes,
no, it's over.
That Braxton Jones is getting a fair shot at this competition?
No.
No, because that contract is coming up. You've already proven who you are for 3 years.
The business of football is gonna kick over. You mean to tell me I got this younger? I got years to actually maximize this before I got to pay. You trying to
prospect?
Stop it.
And so I think that's true.
They got to be neck and neck though, or he has to be better. Ozzie can't be worse.
Neck and neck is not even good.
Hey, neck and neck is Ozzie. Neck and neck, Ozzie wins.
No, I'm saying neck and neck, Ozzie's getting that look, right? It has to be
a rookie versus a veteran.
You can't be comparable or worse.
Yeah. By the way, we are over 100 in the chat, over 200 in the chat, over 300 in the chat, over 400 in the chat. 400. Hey.
Well, all right,
Joe. We didn't need your soundboard.
Praise the Lord.
I got a soundboard over here, Joe. We don't need.
I got one too.
I remember those days where we was hoping for 400 views. Now we got 400 in the chat.
We got 400 in the chat, baby. 236 on the YouTube side, 168 over on the Twitter side. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the page. Leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Just so we can make sure that we hit the news before we do get out of here. Bears did add Trey Flowers. They also added Tano Passanio. Tano Passanio. I'm gonna tell you this right now. He can't make the team because I don't know how to spell his name on a consistent basis, and it's gonna take too long. That's tough. If I gotta talk about Tano Passanio, it's gonna be a problem. No, he does. The thing is, he does have some ties to both Ryan Poles and Dennis Allen. He was with Dennis Allen down in New Orleans. He won the Super Bowl while Ryan Poles was in Kansas City. He was on that Kansas City team, so there's a little bit of a connection for both sides there. I think honestly though, this goes to, and Ryan Poles said this. I don't know if I brought this up on here already or if I brought this up on another pod, but the fact that he said, I'm not taking questions today because you guys are going to talk to me a lot this offseason.
Mm-hmm.
I think that means he's going out there and he's going to try to make a move for a pass rusher.
Hey,
I think that because I'm gonna be honest with you, we don't talk to Ryan Poles again. It's usually this and then it's cut down day. That's it. Those are the only two times to talk to Ryan Poles. So him not taking questions today makes me think they may be going out and adding a piece. I don't think there's a running back left on the market worth going out there and adding. I don't think so. If I'm being honest. I do think that there are pass rushers that are out there worth adding. And ladies and gentlemen, tell you what, right now, I don't know how the finances work. I don't know how he gets it done. But there's a lot of holdouts happening around this NFL, ladies and gentlemen, and there's one big one. Oh, maybe a little Hendrickson. Could he be in the market for a big
undrafted running backs? That
yeah, but he wouldn't come. He wouldn't go to the podium for that.
You talking about Quinshawn? Oh, you talking about undrafted? I'm not. I'm thinking about the one that didn't have a contract.
He said there was no running backs to get, and I'm thinking there could be some.
Not really. No, ain't nobody.
There's a lot of studs.
J.K. Dobbins is still.
Yeah, that's kind of what I said. I stand by what I said.
Oh boy, dang, Jesus!
I don't want DeAndre Swift. You think I want J.K. Dobbins?
You're just so disrespectful.
Just disrespectful, bro.
Yeah, hey, if we get Trey Hendrickson, or even on the more realistic scale, what's your boy that came from that's played with Detroit? Zadarius Smith.
Zadarius Smith is really the name that I'm thinking.
I'm fine with that.
Zadarius Smith, I think, could be a real name that this Bears team possibly goes out there and tries to acquire as a opposite pass rusher. I don't know what the contract would be, but I mean, like, Zadarius Smith basically got thrown into a situation. Did Dobbin sign with somebody already? Say Shy City said Dobbin signed with somebody alreody. Okay, Zadarius Smith to me, and now 32 years old, a little bit older, but this Bears team does not seem to be, you know, they don't seem to be worried about spending money to go all in on this. To me, a guy like Zadarius Smith, you said what?
Keenan Allen still available?
Yeah, Keenan Allen's still out there. I ain't gonna lie to you. That trade looking worse and worse every day to go by. I'm like, I don't think we're gonna get this comp pick. But
yeah, that sucks.
But no, man, like I look at Zadarius Smith and what he's been able to do over his time in the NFL. I mean, going to Detroit last year, he had 9 sacks last season. He had 4 in Detroit on a defensive line that basically was just like, hey, man, like, it's you.
Wait a minute. Wait. Can I let me rewind this real quick. P-Kid, if I want to go into the mind of P-Kid, are you thinking we should just bring him back?
Who?
Keenan Allen.
Oh, you already know I'm a Keenan Allen fan.
Oh my God.
You already know I'm a Keenan Allen fan.
Too many people. Let it go.
We already had DJ Chark in the building. Like how many receivers?
Hey, bro, listen. All I'm saying is depends on what the number is. Depending on what the number is, that's a whole lot of talent.
I'm with him. I'm with Pat in the running back contracts. $3 million.
JK's in Denver. JK's in Denver. But no, man, I think the Bears could be in the market for I would say defensive player. I think running back is kind of sailed. I think you've got what you've got on this team, and you're hoping with Monangai. You're hoping with DeAndre Swift that he figures some things out. But I mean, Zadarius Smith out there, 69 sacks on his career. He was healthy last season. He's only been banged up one season, that 1 year in Green Bay, 2021. And it would complete his Infinity Stones of playing for every team in the division.
Hey, I like the fact that we're the last
one. He's been on Detroit, he's been on Minnesota, he's been on Green Bay.
And we're smart to be the last one he should be playing on because now he knows all the other team schemes.
Yeah.
See that? You see that?
We'll see. We'll see what ends up happening in the long run. But hey, man, appreciate y'all for tuning in to show and love it. That like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Follow us on everything at WC The Breeze. You can follow me on everything at Pat the Designer. P Kid at 1P Kid. Joel doesn't really have social media.
Producer Joe Holt, Gmail, Instagram.
Oh, Super Producer Joe Holt on Instagram.
There you go.
What is yours? One steak underscore. What is your social media there, JC?
Jordan Clemens. At Jordan Clemens. Jordan JC on Twitter.
Jordan Clemens. It was funny. Hayes one day asked me, he was like, so you call him Jordan JC? Does he have a middle name? I was like, nope, it's Jordan Clemens.
I actually do have a middle name, but
is it a J?
It's a C, actually. It's JCC, if we're being honest.
Oh,
it's great. It's Christian.
I don't like it.
JC squared.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of it. Hey, man, appreciate y'all for tuning in. Show love as always. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page. Later, 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. For the pettiest man alive, Mr. P Kid, Mr. Media himself, George JC, Super Producer Joel Holt. It's your boy Pat the Designer back in again. Y'all stay safe about the Chicago. Bear down. One love.
Peace. Middle name is not no dang pigeon. Shut up, Baki.
Jordan the Pigeon Clip.
Baki, I need my phone fixed, man. Get with me, man. We're gonna get together for the phone.
Hey, that phone need fixing bad.
Thing is mangled.
Mangled is a wild word.
That's exactly how it looked too. It looked like a dog got a hold of it. He was fighting two pigeons trying to get it out their mouth.